demand action over alleged sexual harassment.
We want justice! We want justice!
Students seek suspension of accused professor. Kalakshatra sexual harassment storm. Top focus on 6 p.m. Prime.
Hello and welcome. Good evening. You're watching 6 p.m. Prime here on India Today. I'm Akshita and Nandagopal. As we just gave you a glimpse, we're going to be telling you all about the protest that's playing out in Chennai's Kalakshatra Foundation. What's really happening? What's got students there sitting on a protest? It's got the school shut down till April 6th. The details of that story coming your way. The headlines first. Massive allegation by Bengal Chief Minister Mamata accuses BJP of fanning communal fires, says violence has been planned by the BJP. This is an India Today exclusive.
We have already arrested 31% and we will take strong action who have done this wrong thing under the leadership of BJP, local BJP leadership.
Ram Navami violence spreads across India. Stones pelted at mosque in Vadodara, vandalism and arson in Sambhajinagar. Shops also torched in Bihar, Sasaram. No relief for former Delhi Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia. No bail granted in the CBI liquor gate case. Punjab Chief Minister Bhagwat Mann's daughter gets threats from Khalistan army. Hunt continues for fugitive Amritpal by Punjab police. Donald Trump indicted after probe into hush money paid to porn star Stormy Daniels. Trump becomes the first former US president to face criminal charges. India's biggest fashion moment is here. India arrives on world fashion stage. European luxury brand Dior holds a standalone show at Mumbai's Gateway of India. Let's begin with the political showdown that's playing out yet again over the Central Vista project. There were images that came in of Prime Minister Modi visiting the new Parliament building yesterday. About 7 images that gave you a glimpse of what the new Parliament building looks like. The Congress, however, isn't impressed. You had Jairam Ramesh almost immediately after lashing out, referring to this as a vanity project of the Prime Minister, and even referring to the Prime Minister as a dictator, saying that every dictator wants architectural legacy left behind. He's also called this a colossal waste of money. Remember, it's almost nearly 800 crores that's been spent on this new Parliament building. But amid that, the BJP has hit back, countering the Congress on this narrative that this is a pet project and a dictator leaving his architectural legacy behind. Here's what the BJP has said.
कांग्रेस पार्टी ने स्वयं इस नए पार्लियामेंट के प्रोजेक्ट को शुरुआत करने का काम 2010 से 12 के बीच में किया था। स्पीकर मीरा कुमार के दफ्तर से पत्र भी जारी हुआ था। स्वयं जयराम रमेश जी ने ये लेख लिखकर कहा था कि नया पार्लियामेंट बहुत आवश्यक है क्योंकि पुराना पार्लियामेंट बहुत डेंजरस हो चुका है। आज वही जयराम रमेश और कांग्रेस पार्टी जिस चीज़ की शुरुआत उन्होंने की थी उसके विपक्ष में खड़े हैं, क्योंकि आज भारत को एक आत्मनिर्भर पार्लियामेंट मिल रहा है। आज भारत का पार्लियामेंट बन रहा है और शायद प्रथम परिवार को इसमें करप्शन करने का कोई मौका नजर नहीं आ रहा है।
यहाँ पार्लियामेंट देश की जरूरत है, क्योंकि जब डिलिमिटेशन होगा उसके बाद वहाँ पर संख्या बढ़ी तो उसके लिए जरूरत है। प्लस जो पुराना पार्लियामेंट है वो सिस्मिक जोन के अंदर आता है, कल खतरा हो सकता है, कल बिल्डिंग के ऊपर दिक्कत आ सकती है। और वैसे भी खूब सारे जो बिल्डिंग्स हैं, बाकी जो ऑफिसेज हैं वो उसमें हैं जो कि किराए पर हैं, वो सबके सब एक जगह हो जाएंगे, इसमें क्या बुराई है। परंतु मैंने कहा ना कि जयराम रमेश वह बोलते हैं जो उनके सुबह उनके मालिक उनको बोल देते हैं, वो और पिटी की तरह सब कुछ वापस आकर बोलते हैं।
So you have Congress MP Jairam Ramesh right now referring to this project as a vanity project of the Prime Minister. But here's the interesting bit. Jairam Ramesh earlier, many years ago, highlighted the need for exactly this, for a brand new parliament building. So let's in fact show you exactly what Jairam Ramesh said back in 2012 versus what he's saying now. So in 2012, Jairam Ramesh had said, we badly need a new parliament building. Cut to today, he refers to this as a personal vanity project. Now, he also went on to say that the reason we need a new parliament building is because the current one isn't functional, is outdated. And this is exactly what the BJP says when they defend the Central Vista project, saying the current parliament building is outdated. Jairam Ramesh agreed with that in 2012. Today, he says that this is nothing but Modi as a dictator wanting to leave behind his architectural legacy. It doesn't stop there. In 2012, Jairam Ramesh said that today's representatives need new facilities. Now he says that this entire new parliament building is a colossal waste of money. So you juxtapose these two comments from 2012 to now, you've got Jairam Ramesh taking two completely different stands. I have Polami Saha, who tracks the BJP very, very closely. Polami, good evening. You've got attempts right now by the Congress to say that this is nothing but a waste of money. This is a vanity project for the Prime Minister. The BJP, of course, is responding that that's not the case. The Central Vista itself has found itself in a lot of political controversies.
But the BJP, of course, Akshita over there saying that this has even reached the courts. The Delhi High Court had said that, this is a project which is the need of the hour. There was a petition which said that, during the pandemic, why are we wasting money building this new building and, the whole Central Vista project as well. But the fact remains that the Delhi High Court had dismissed that plea. It was appealed in the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court had dismissed that plea as well, saying the Delhi High Court order stands. So it has reached the courts as well. The court has found it necessary and something which didn't need to be conflated at that point of time with the pandemic and where the government was spending money. The BJP, of course, now taking pot shots at the Congress and saying that you call it colossal waste of money right now, but this, as Akshita, you were pointing out earlier as well, was something that Jairam Ramesh thought of as priority. He thought that the parliament building, as it stands right now, the old building, at the point of time that he was speaking, was completely outdated. The facilities were not very functional, and hence you needed a new parliament. And this new parliament building itself was signed off on by former Lok Sabha Speaker Meera Kumar. So this is a project which started in the UPA era. Now, of course, the BJP says that this is being raised because the Congress fears that the BJP and Narendra Modi will walk away with the credit for this new parliament building. But the BJP is saying this is not Narendra Modi's building. This is not his vanity project. This is a building which will house all members of parliament from all spectrum. Everyone who's elected by the people of India in the Lok Sabha will be, of course, part of this new parliament building, as will those who are nominated to the Rajya Sabha.
Okay. All right, Polami, thank you for getting us all of those details. There's a lot of curiosity over what the new parliament building looks like, particularly now with these images also coming to the fore. So let's sum up for you what the features of the new parliament building looks like. It's been built at a cost of 800 plus crores. But besides that also, what exactly are the kind of features that the new parliament building has? It's triangular shaped, so a bit different really from the current parliament building. There have been a lot of comparisons between this one and the Pentagon. It's built with a lifespan of 150 years, said to be earthquake resistant and also kept in mind for all natural calamities to ensure it resists that. It has, in fact, a seating capacity at this point, if you look at Lok Sabha, 888 seats, 384 in the Rajya Sabha. So that's, of course, a lot because it will ensure that you can house a lot more members of parliament. There are 3 national symbols that are etched in different parts of the parliament building. Which national symbols are we talking about? The lotus is present in one part of the building, the peacock as well as the banyan tree. All these 3 national symbols have been etched in different ways in the new parliament building. Now, what's very important to highlight here, and this is the complaint that most members of parliament had, which is that the old parliament building was outdated, wasn't technologically up there. And this particular new parliament building boasts of some modern tech facilities, audio-visual communication systems that keep in turn with the current times. There'll be a separate lounge also for members of parliament. There will also be VIP lounges in the new parliament building. So these are some of the facilities, in fact, that the new parliament building has. Like I said, it's a triangular shaped building. There's a lot of excitement, keeping aside the politics of what the building looks like. And I want to switch focus now to the other big story that we told you about at the beginning of 6 p.m. Prime. In Chennai, in the iconic Kalakshatra Foundation, one of the most historic and renowned arts institutes in the country, you've got this massive protest by students. Hundreds of girls and boys in the school have been sitting on a protest. It's shut down the entire foundation for the next many days. Why are they protesting? They've accused a professor of sexual harassment. There are, however, some questions over the investigation. No police complaint has been filed so far. The girl who initially accused the professor has now backtracked on her comment. Let's round up for you all that's happening in the Kalakshatra Foundation, and then we ask some of those questions to our reporters on ground.
We want justice! We want justice!
Hundreds of girls sitting on a dharna protesting in their school against alleged sexual harassment. This is happening as we speak at Chennai's iconic Kalakshatra Foundation's Rukmani Devi School of Arts, where Bharatnatyam dancers are up in arms. Students have accused the Kalakshatra Foundation of ignoring serious sexual harassment allegations against a male professor. And the moment the accused professor entered campus, the students came together and walked out.
We're inside the prestigious Kalakshatra, and here right now nearly 200 students are protesting over this place, and they have certain demands and they claim that enough is enough, and they are raising serious concerns about harassment inside the premises. We have a couple of students with us. What exactly is happening? Why are you protesting here?
We have been facing the physical and the verbal assault. We have been complaining it to our director, who anyways won't take any complaint, and she'll just say to people, if you have any problem, just take TC and go. So we want to know to whom we will approach for such complaint.
Veteran singer T.M. Krishna, dancer Anita Ratnam and many other artists in Chennai have extended their support to the protesting students, even as the state government has promised all possible support.
இந்த நிலையில் மாணவிகள் நடத்திய உள்ளிருப்பு போராட்டத்தின் விளைவாக கலாட்சத்ரா ஃபவுண்டேஷனில் உள்ள கல்லூரிக்கு விடுமுறை அளிக்கப்பட்டு விடுதிகளை விட்டு மாணவிகள் வெளியேற வேண்டும் என்று உத்தரவிட்டிருக்கிறார்கள். இந்த விவகாரம் எனது கவனத்திற்கு கொண்டு வரப்பட்டவுடன் மாவட்ட ஆட்சித்தலைவரோடு தொடர்பு கொண்டு விவரங்களை அறிந்தேன்.
The National Commission for Women has also taken note of the protests and the students' allegations, and the State Women's Commission also met the aggrieved protesters on campus. Serious allegations of sexual harassment, of discrimination against students based on their appearance, has rocked one of the most historic and well-known art institutes in the country. With Pramod Madhav in Chennai, Bureau Report, India Today.
So those are the details of the case. Now, there are certain questions being asked about the investigation right now and the allegations that have been leveled against this male professor in the campus. Remember that Kalakshatra Foundation now is shut till April 6th. Let's put out the details for you right now of the questions being asked. Students have accused this male professor of sexual harassment. And by the way, this has been going on for the last few months. But there's been no police complaint filed just yet. You've had, in fact, the police being involved because the NCW told them, look into this case. But that's the only involvement of the police so far. They've been staging protests, and maximum number of students are out there right now staging protests against the professor. But the student who had made this allegation against the male professor in the first place has backtracked. Some students claim it's because she's under pressure. But what exactly is the truth behind this kind of backtracking, really? Because it means that there can be no progress in the investigation. Even for an internal probe, she's backtracked on her comment. Kalakshatra, as the foundation has promised action, they've set up an internal committee. But can we really ensure a completely impartial investigation is what the students are asking. They're asking, why is the Kalakshatra director also part of the internal panel? Then how can we actually address these issues? Is there more to what is happening than what meets the eye right now in Kalakshatra? Whatever said and done, the students right now are being impacted. Their education is being impacted. Pramod Madhav, who's been at the Kalakshatra campus tracking all the latest updates there, joins us live from Chennai this evening. Pramod, good evening. Now, there are a lot of questions back and forth, he said, she said, over what's happened in Kalakshatra. What is really the outcome of an investigation so far? I understand there's been an internal investigation. The NCW, the State Women's Commission, they've all visited Kalakshatra. But in all of this, there's been no outcome.
Well, so far, like this incident, apparently, as per the students, has started like since December as well, and there was one complaint that was filed with the NCW. In fact, the chief minister in the assembly also gave an explanation today, claiming that earlier an NCW complaint was forwarded to the DGP, post which the DGP inquired with the commissioner of the city. However, the NCW once again said that the case was closed and post which nothing was done. However, then later the NCW director went to Kalakshatra, and the chief minister very keenly emphasized that she did not want police to accompany her, but only after the students raised this issue and held a protest, Tamil Nadu government has decided to intervene. The Tamil Nadu government has sent the RTO and various officials, and today another official also went to the Kalakshatra institution. She apparently spoke to nearly 50 students over there, and students unanimously say only one thing, that 4 staffs are involved and they want them to be removed. Only then they will stop the protest. In fact, yesterday when we were with the students at this place, the management, we couldn't find anybody trying to talk to them. But what happened is that a statement was released from Kalakshatra claiming that holiday was declared from yesterday to 6, and immediately students have to vacate. The students were completely upset because many of them were from North India, and they said that how could they do it immediately? Yet the students did not budge. They said that they will not leave the campus until this issue is resolved.
Either way, it's the education of these students that's being hampered. Their future is at stake right now. So whatever is the truth, hopefully an investigation will be able to reveal. At this point, there are many loopholes, questions that are being raised, valid questions at that, about what's happening in the campus. Thanks very much, Pramod, for joining us with all of those details. I'm slipping into a very short break here on 6 p.m. Prime. Coming up on the other side, we're getting you the big international story of the day. Former US President Donald Trump has been indicted over a case filed against him by porn star Stormy Daniels.
ईडी, सीबीआई, इनकम टैक्स जैसी एजेंसियों का दुरुपयोग हो रहा है और लगातार विपक्ष के नेताओं को इस पर निशाना बनाया जा रहा है। इस पर आप क्या कहना चाहेंगे?
देखिए, जब 2017 की मैं बात कर रहा हूं, यूपी का चुनाव था, कांग्रेस की एक बड़ी नेत्री ने कहा कि भ्रष्टाचार हमने किया था तो क्यों कार्यवाही नहीं हो रही, हम पर सवाल खड़े करे थे। अब हो रही है तो हाय तौबा कर रहे हैं।
The battle for Karnataka has begun. The stage set for 2023's biggest election. Brace for a star-studded campaign with all the big guns. But none bigger than Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who has already logged over a dozen days in the state since January. But if there's one man who isn't impressed, it's Karnataka's challenger number 1.
Even Narendra Modi ji comes 100 times, it will not help the BJP.
Providing counterfire is Karnataka's other warhorse from the ruling camp. I ask Congress, who is your leader? Can Rahul Gandhi equalize Prime Minister Narendra Modi? Congress leaders are daydreaming of becoming Chief Minister. They won't win more than 60 to 70 seats. The two aging superstars of Karnataka politics have both signalled this could be their final poll, but they aren't dropping their weapons yet.
There is a strong anti-incumbency against BJP government. Corruption is rampant. Never in the history of Karnataka so much of corruption was there in previously. So this government is the most corrupt government.
While the Congress is front-footing the election like a powerful regional party, the BJP will be scaling up its dependence on Modi magic. When Prime Minister came to Shivamogga, 2 lakh people went back because there was no space. I'm sure BJP will form the government with a thumping majority. Rahul Gandhi kicks off his Karnataka war on April the 5th, while Modi and his team are yet to reveal their rally battle plan. Expect Karnataka 2023 to completely overwhelm 2018 in terms of star power. With Nagarjun Dwarkanath and Nabila Jamal in Bengaluru, Bureau Report, India Today.
Donald Trump is the first former US president to be indicted. This is the biggest international story because it has repercussions on the US elections as well. So what has he been indicted in? This is a case that was filed against him by porn star Stormy Daniels, where he was accused of paying hush money.
A grand jury in New York voted to indict former President Donald Trump, 2 sources said on Thursday, making him the first ex-president to face criminal charges in U.S. history. The indictment arising from an investigation into hush money paid to porn star Stormy Daniels could reshape the 2024 presidential race. The specific charges related to the probe led by Democratic Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg are not yet known. The New York Times reported that the indictment will likely be announced in the coming days. A lawyer representing Trump said she was informed of the indictment, but did not know when he would surrender. Bragg's office did not immediately respond to requests for comment.
We're witnessing American history. Never has a former president been indicted or charged with the crime. And that's what we're seeing here.
Nima Rahmani is a former federal prosecutor and the president of West Coast Trial Lawyers.
Trump will be given the opportunity to appear in court. He's not going to be arrested. Now, he will be booked, which means he'll be fingerprinted. He'll have his mugshot taken. His attorneys, of course, will plead not guilty for him. I don't expect there to be any pretrial resolution in this case, and we're going to see the most politically charged trial in American history.
The grand jury began hearing evidence in January about Trump's role in the hush money payment to Daniels days before the 2016 presidential election that he ended up winning. Daniels, an adult film actress whose real name is Stephanie Clifford, has said she received the money in exchange for keeping silent about a sexual encounter she had with Trump in 2006. The former president's personal lawyer, Michael Cohen, has said Trump directed hush money payments to Daniels. Trump has denied having an affair with her. Federal prosecutors examined the Daniels payoff in 2018, leading to a prison sentence for Cohen, but no charges against Trump. No former sitting U.S. president has ever faced criminal charges. Trump also faces criminal investigations led by a special counsel appointed by the U.S. Attorney General over his handling of classified government documents after leaving office and his efforts to overturn the results of the 2020 election. He also faces an investigation led by a local prosecutor in Georgia into whether he unlawfully tried to overturn his 2020 election defeat in that state. Trump previously said he would continue campaigning for the Republican Party's nomination in the presidential race if he was charged with a crime.
That's all we have time for on this edition of 6 p.m. Prime. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great weekend. Coming up on the other side, all the action as we get set for the Indian Premier League.
May 13th, 2008. A series of bomb blasts ripped through Jaipur's old city area. 71 people are killed and over 180 injured. 15 years later, the Rajasthan High Court verdict has acquitted all the accused earlier convicted by a lower court. Mohammad Sarwar Azmi, Saifur Rahman Ansari, Mohammad Saif and Mohammad Salman, who were sentenced to death in 2019, will walk out of jail soon. Their families in Azamgarh